play. Didn't think we could fall in love. Broken from the start, chained to our past. We had closed hearts. We are breaking free.
Hey, what's up you guys? It's tutorial time again, and today we are going to be doing a fresh-faced kind of a look with no eyeshadow, which, little asterisk there, no eyeshadow means there's actually eyeshadow, but it just doesn't look like you're wearing a lot of eyeshadow, because as I'll get into in the video, personally, on me, I find that if I wear no eyeshadow, but I put like primer down or whatever, it looks crazy. Like it just looks like weird and flat, like a weird flat mannequin face. It's not cute. So essentially what I like to do is use very neutral shadows to contour my eyelids to make the rest of the nude eye look better. You know, if that makes any sense. If you have a deeper eye crease or just like a deeper set eye, you might not feel like you need to do that. But if you're like me and your eyelids look like raw dough, if you do not put anything on them, then this is for you. But yeah, if you don't think you need to do the eye contouring part, you could feel free to skip that portion and you will be good money. But I personally need it. And we'll be pairing that naked eye with a soft lilac-y, pinky sort of liquid highlight. I'll show you the products that I used for that as well. There's something new from NYX. They're affordable and I am loving, loving, loving them right now. I'm a big fan of liquid highlights. And the lip is my absolute favorite lip combination for quite a while now. Like obviously you guys see me wear weirder or bolder or just different lipsticks all the time on camera, and like on camera as far as like on my Instagram, because if I wear the same thing all the time every day, you are going to be so bored of me. But if I just need to throw on my makeup to go somewhere, this is my go-to if I want to feel like I look awake and pretty and healthy, you know what I mean? This is one of my favorite lip combinations of all time, and I think it can be very, very flattering on a lot of different people's skin tones. So this look is a little bit more on the simple side, but there are some little tricks to it as usual to make it look as together as possible. So without further ado, let's get started on the makeup. I've already put down a little bit of concealer and primer mixed together and then set that with my setting powder. Personally, I have very veiny eyelids because I have very fair skin, so you see a lot of the blue veins through my lid area. I don't personally like the way that looks when I have makeup on because I feel like it looks unfinished, and I find that concealer and primer combination really helps to, well, conceal that. As for the bare lid look though, I don't actually like to leave my lid completely bare because I find that it kind of flattens out my face and doesn't give enough dimension. Like if I'm going to contour the rest of my face, essentially I also want to contour my eyelids, you know what I mean? I wouldn't leave my whole face completely one color with just foundation, and I wouldn't do the same for my lids. I think it actually looks less natural when you leave it like one stark blank color. So what I'm going to do to counter that is really simple. I'm going to put down my usual transition color, and then I'm going to put a very neutral shade, mid-tone brown, through the crease just to give it a little bit of depth. First up is the transition shade. Today I'll be using Makeup Geek Peach Smoothie, which is pretty much the ultimate pale girl transition shade. I don't think this will show up even on medium skin tones, but if you are very, very fair, this is perfect. Obviously, if you are deeper, if you are medium to deep, I would say go with something darker, but I do like to use something with a little bit of an orangey, peachy undertone, so keep that in mind because I think that kind of brings a little bit of life to the skin of your eyelid rather than kind of adding like muddiness, if that makes any sense. I don't know if that's just personal preference, but as far as like these very fresh faced looks, that's my personal go-to. And I'm going to apply that with my Sigma E40 blending brush. To add a little bit of depth to the crease, I'm going to grab my favorite crease color. I'll be using Fawn from Anastasia Beverly Hills. So to apply that, I'm going to use the Real Techniques Essential Crease Brush, which is a nice teeny little crease brush, tuck it right into the crease of your eye. Also going to take the same color on the very same brush and run it along the outer half of my lower lash line and connect that bitch up into what we just put in the crease. Make it all do its thing together. To line my tight line with black using the Anastasia Darkside Gel Liner Pencil. And because I'm going to be applying a pretty hefty set of false lashes, I also want to give the lash band some place to sit. So I'm going to do a really, really thin line of liquid liner right along the top lash line using my Kat Von D Tattoo Liner and Trooper. And to brighten and open the eye a bit, I want to put a nude color through the waterline. Normally if you put just a regular black pencil through your tight line on the top and then put nude on the bottom, it's just gonna mush together and look like caca doo-doo. However, that's why I love that Anastasia Darkside Gel Pencil, because it actually stays there and doesn't transfer into the waterline, so you can do black on top, nude on the bottom, and be crispy crispy. For my waterline, I'm going to use the Urban Decay 24/7 Waterline Pencil in the color Walk of Shame, which is basically just nude.
They were blinded, tried to deny us, didn't think we were following our hearts. We are.
And essentially that's all I want to apply to the eyes, except for obviously mascara and lashes. So I'm gonna jump off camera and apply those real quick before we continue. For lashes today, I went with the Cocoa Lashes Queen Bee Lash because they're very light and very fluffy and very like eye-opening, even though they're pretty dramatic, and they are one of my favorites. And I also did top and bottom mascara with the Too Faced Better Than Sex Waterproof. I already applied my contour and my under eye concealer, so I'm going to jump right into blush. If you're hearing some snorting in the background, that is because my dog is right next to me and he is having a bit of a nap. I'm going to use this blush, which is clearly one of my favorites. As you can see, I hit pan on it. This is Exposed from Tarte. It's kind of like a nude pink color, completely matte, very, very subtle, but it gives enough of a flush to the cheek that it makes you look healthy and awake. However, it doesn't like interrupt the other colors of whatever you're going to put with it. It's very neutral and like lends itself to be flattering with a lot of different things, which is why it's a favorite of mine. Again, if you're a little bit darker than me, this is probably not going to show up on you because it's very subtle even on me. Tarte does make an entire range of these Amazonian clay blushes, and there are some shades that are still on the neutral side but will be a little bit more pungent and show up on a deeper skin tone. There are other options, thank goodness, but if you are very fair like me, this is one of my all-time favorites. When I'm doing a more glowy, dewy, fresh look, I always like to go for liquid highlighters because I feel like you can put a lot of it on without it looking really chalky, whereas a powder can look like a little bit overdone or a little bit stark on the skin If you do a lot of a liquid, generally it still looks dewy and wet, and that kind of gives it a more natural, flushed kind of a look. In my opinion, don't get me wrong, I love a ton of powder highlight too. I just think that the liquids give you a little bit more leeway that you can take it there without risking not having it look cute anymore. So naturally, I was really excited when I found these new Away We Glow liquid highlighters from NYX, which I am going to be using today, and I am going to use two different shades. The first one is a very pinkish white shade. It is very, very sheer, but also very, very shiny. This is called Liquid Prism. And the second shade that I'm going to layer with that is called State of Flux, and it's a very pretty lavender glow. Now, because Liquid Prism is a little bit more sheer, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that on first, and I'm going to make the surface area of that a little bit bigger. I'm going to put it over more of my cheek, and then I'm going to go back in with State of Flux, and I'm going to put that more directly on just the high points of my face, and I'm also going to put a little bit of that on the inner corner of my eye. And to apply them, I'm going to do it a little bit different than I do with the cover effects that you guys might have seen in my foundation video. With the cover effects, they dry extremely quickly, so I put them on the back of my hand and then I blot them up with the Beauty Blender. With these, I'm going to apply them directly from the wand onto my face, and then I'm going to apply them with the Beauty Blender because they don't dry down as quickly and they are not quite as intense, so I can get away with that and get like a better pigmentation if I do it that way rather than wasting some product on the back of my hand. I'm also going to go back in with a little bit more of my blush just to kind of blend that color into the cheek and make sure it doesn't look a little too light. Another thing I like to do for a more fresh look is not exactly faux freckles, like that trend of faux freckles, which I actually have a video from like 4 years ago, like the first time I tried ever doing like a YouTube video. And it's got like 90,000 views on it, which none of my other videos do, and I don't know why, but you can go back and look at that if you want and have a laugh at baby Quinnface, but I'm not going to do like a whole faux freckle thing today. What I'm going to do is just fill in a few of my natural moles or freckles, and what I find is that when you do this, it makes the whole application and the whole of your entire face look more natural and more fresh because it gives the impression that you can see your natural moles. It's a tricky little trick, but I think I like it. And for a very, very simple, just filling in of the moles like this, I just like to grab any old eyebrow pencil. The one I'm going to use today is the NYX Micro Brow Pencil in the color Brunette. And I'm just going to start filling in a couple little freckly moles here and there. Trick to getting a small dot like that is to just put the pencil down onto the skin and then turn it without lifting at all. So you're only turning that just like the diameter of like the tip of the pencil, and it'll just leave a dot of exactly that size on your skin. Now I have an extra freckle. Oops. And then when it's applied, just tap it into the skin with your finger. That'll blend it in with your other makeup and make it look a little bit more natural. Now all that we have left to do are the lips, and for the lips I'm going to do my go-to I need my lips to look juicy and good combination. I will be using my MAC lip pencil in the color Whirl and my Anastasia liquid lipstick in the color Soft Lilac. This is one of the most flattering lip colors ever. I don't know what it is about the undertone of this, but it just looks so pretty and healthy and girly. And if that's the look you're going for, it's like an instant brightening look in a tube. If you have the budget for just one Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick, get Soft Lilac. I'm so serious. I don't think it gets enough love. I mean, Allison is one of my favorites too, and that would be my second suggestion if you were going to get two of them. But if you're only getting one, I swear, Soft Lilac. The reason I find this combination to be so good together is because Whirl is kind of like a darker, more nudie color than Soft Lilac is. So when you line the lip with it and kind of fade it into the center, it gives the lip a lot of dimension and it gives the illusion that your lip is more raised than it really is, which instantly makes them look more full and plump. Personally, for example, I have very full lips, but if I just put one nude color on sometimes, they just blend right into my face because even though the top lip is on the bigger side, it's very flat and it kind of just fades right into my skin. So adding that little tiny touch of a darker color in the lip liner gives the illusion that there is a raised edge there, so it makes the whole lip look more full, which I enjoy. So I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in and we shall apply this lippy lip dip dip dip.
They were blinded, tried to deny us, didn't think we.
And this is the finished look. And that's all for today. That's us. We're done. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please, please, please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe so you can see the rest of the videos coming down the pipeline straight at you within the next couple days. There's going to be a new one coming. Just hit that subscribe button. Turn notifications on if you want to. I mean, who am I to tell you what to do with your life? You know, if you want to turn on notifications and know exactly the moment when I upload a video, then that is a choice that you made and I respect that. Also, don't forget to follow me on social media. I am at Miss Quinnface on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. All of the above. I am on there all the time. So if you want to get in touch with me, please feel free to contact me on any of those platforms. I post a new makeup look and several lip arts a week on Instagram if you would like to see those as well. As always, all the products I spoke about today will be linked down below as well, along with a corresponding blog post where it will have close-up HD photos of this makeup if you want to see in like a still version what it looks like. You know, I don't know what your preferences are. Some people prefer that. That's all I have to say for today, and I will see you in the next one.
It's just you.